ค All right, I'm going to explain my tuning as soon as I am in tune. A lot of strings. Okay, this is an 8-string guitar, obviously. I have 2 lower strings than a standard guitar, but I do like to use the standard guitar as a reference point. So I actually am tuned in A440 or standard tuning. And below my E string, I have a B string. So you have the same interval relationship you would have there. And then my lowest string is tuned to E. So it's a full octave below standard guitar. One of the reasons I dropped a string to E is because if I'm playing in a position like A, if I bar to the 7th string, I have a 5th in the bass. And if I bar all the way down, I have an octave in the bass. So it's very useful for doing full 8-string chords. Otherwise, that note would be shifted a full step. It'd be very hard to play. It's still hard to play. But, the highest register counted against the lowest. Another neat thing about having this many strings is the ability to play an independent bass line and then to have virtually a full guitar neck available to you to complement that bass line. You can do things like this. So that's another advantage. I guess another advantage of having this many strings and this much range is emulating bass guitar, which I like to do, but not necessarily think of like I'm replacing a bass player, but I'm taking bass techniques and applying them to bass string guitar. One of my favorite techniques is called thumping, which I'll talk a little bit about. But it's a lot like thump bass, but there's a difference. I'm using an upstroke with my thumb as well as a down. So normally you would just do, single hits, but I'm able to get a down and upstroke, much like you would do with an alternate picking sort of thing. So you have a like that, down and up. You can begin to add fingers on your right hand to increase the amount of notes you can do in a single strike. So if I wanted to do a group of 3, go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's all on one string, so the grip is actually kind of awkward. It's similar to playing classical guitar, but because you're playing on a single string, you have to narrow your actual spacing. Obviously, we can add more fingers, so if I'm going to do a group of 4, I could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. you could do 5. So now I'm using my ring finger. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sounds pretty interesting. I like to make compositions based off of this technique. Oftentimes I will choose a number pattern for my right hand to play, and then I'll plug in different chords with my left hand. A good example is the song Crescent, where I'm doing a group of 4 and 2 groups of 5. And what I've done is my thumb plays the lowest note in the chord. These 2 fingers play the note in the middle, and then my ring finger plays the highest note in the chord. And that pattern stays the same the whole time, and what I just do is I plug in different chords on the fretboard. That's kind of an example. And I mean, that kind of brings me to a different point where when I'm developing a technique, I always try to make a musical practice. So I don't simply just try to develop the technique, I try to create a musical version of that practice, and oftentimes that becomes an actual song. So I've explained some percussive approaches to tapping, but you can also use it in the upper register with clean guitar and start to utilize things like open strings and hammer-ons, and you can get a different sound. Triads now. And also what's happening is my left hand is starting the group and my right hand is completing it. So you are dividing the phrase into your 2 hands. There's less simultaneous playing, and it's more of like creating a phrase out of hammer-ons and plucks. Which brings me to another example. You can use your guitar pick instead of your thumb, but mechanically do the same thing. So you can build phrases by, say I want to do a group of 3. I can hammer on the first note, 1, and then pluck 2 and 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So you get. You could do things where you pluck 3 notes, so you could have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's kind of interesting. So right now I'm going to play a song called Cascade, which is this technique applied to a composition. Thank you. All right, I'll take a few questions actually. Crickets.